Can you see this? What's in front of me right now? This is an old school, I think it's 11 by 17 envelope. It's red. It's got some postage stamps on it, and it's addressed to Jason Fladlien, and it's from Joe Polish. All right, this letter comes in the mail to me and 1,600 other people, I believe it was. Or it might even have been 3,000. I can't remember. There was two groups that this letter came to. Group number one was to an audience that had spent $10,000 in the past, and we want them to spend $10,000 again. Group number two was somebody who applied to spend $10,000, but were denied their application. They basically said, if I'm approved, I'll give you 10 grand, and they didn't make it at the time. And this audience goes back about 4 years, maybe 5 years. Okay, you follow? And this is who our universe, this is who we're sending this to. So let me read the lead to this letter. By the way, I didn't want them to put this in goldenrod. They should have just put it in white, but I wrote the letter, and I'll let them do the rest of it. So check this out. I'm going to read you the lead to this letter. Dear Jason, Jason Fladlien here. I'm writing you today because you have been pre-approved to attend the annual Genius Network event put on by Joe Polish. I'd like you to attend this year, and I'm not above bribery to do it either. More on that in a moment. First, you should know I do not work for Joe. I'm not paid to write this sales letter, nor was I asked to. Second, I don't, and then blah, blah, blah. I start to sell. And the culmination of this is the call to action, which is on page 12 to basically how to register for the annual event. And this goes out to like 1,600 people. Question to you. Why do you suppose now a letter like this, I charge usually at least $25,000 to write any sort of copy, whether it's, webinar copy, whether it's an email campaign, whether it is a video sales letter, written sales letter, it's at least 25 grand for me to write your copy. And is that a good deal? For the right person, it's an unbelievably good deal. Sometimes it's more depending on the situation, and there's usually a percentage that's involved in this. Because for the right audience, if I could make you $500,000 and you pay me $25,000, who got the better end of the deal, me or you? So by the way, I don't have a lot of capacity to do this, but soft plug, if you need somebody to write copy, I may be available to you. Drop me a line at support@rapidcrush.com and we can go from there. But that's not the point of what I'm talking about here. Why would I take a service for Joe that I am essentially something I charge at least 25 grand for and do for him for free and not make any money off this? There's no way I make money, whether somebody registers for the annual event or not, does not put any more money in my pocket directly. Why would I do something like this? Go ahead and put it into the chat box. Okay, Alita says your name gets out there. Trevor says Joe must be a great buddy. He is, but I have a lot of great friends who I will not write these letters for free, and I will charge them, and I have charged them, and they have been happy to pay. And Alex says goodwill, and Clive says connections. And Bill says mail to his list, karma, do him a favor, reciprocity, create credibility with a potential new audience. Yeah, these are all benefits. Test direct mail. Joe's absolutely right. So this gives me intelligence. Doing this, do you think Joe tells his audience and expresses to his audience with gratitude this very thing that I just did? Do you think he talks about this in front of clients who are multiple millionaire type of clients, even if I don't have to ask? Of course he does. Now, even if he doesn't, am I myself going to go out there and talk about it to his clients? Of course I am. Because hopefully Joe says something, but even if he doesn't, I'm going to write the letter just to tell people I wrote the letter. Now, if some people sign up, which they already have, and come to the annual event, and then they see me, how do you think that conversation is going to go? Are they going to say, hey, you're to Jason Fladlien, what do you do? Here's what I do. Let's exchange, business cards, and maybe someday, one day, something will happen. No. They're going to be like, Jason, you wrote that letter. That letter was freaking awesome. I bought because of your letter. Let me take you out to lunch. Now, if I were to sell that client down the line on services like this, have I not proven to him or her in advance before ever opening my mouth to try to make the sell that I'm pretty damn good at what I do, even if they never knew who I was before? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.